I got a new set behind me. Why? Fuck it. Hey, did you notice this video is in 4K? Hey, did you also notice that this video is also in 60 frames per second? I can move fast. So if you jumped onto the video, you know that today we're talking about The Boys Season 2. And while the season is still going on, I thought I'd go ahead and just give you my thoughts on the season. And I'm really loving it. I think that it's probably the best superhero show on TV. I think it's the best superhero show that's currently on TV right now. I know it's on a streaming service, but we count it as TV right now. So if you're not watching the show, I'm going to go over like plot points that are spoilers. So episodes 1 through 6, if you haven't seen this season, go watch The Boys. It's amazing. It's on Amazon Prime. The first season's there, and they're currently in the middle of the second season, and I love the weekly release. I'll get to that in just a minute, but I'm loving it. Okay, so season 1 ended on that like cliffhanger where A-Train was getting attacked by Huey and the boys. Anyways, things were kind of like left a little iffy on Huey and, Starlight. Their dynamic in this season seems to pick up, not much has really changed. I thought that was going to carry over to where they're kind of like enemies. Not really. They're kind of like just fine moving forward. Although Huey is like kind of not in a coma. I mean, I think he's just knocked out for an episode. He might be down for the next episode. TV shows will do that when a character gets sent to the hospital. I don't think that he's out for the rest of the season. Homelander has a kid with Butcher's ex-wife, and the kid now has superpowers, and they're living in this like imprisoned state by Gus Fring, and they can't do shit, which sucks. I hate Homelander. I hate Homelander with a passion. One of the sole reasons that I tune in every single Friday when an episode gets released of the show is because I'm just counting down the days. I'm counting down the days that we just get to see this motherfucker die. And now, I'm doing the same for her. I'm glad they found each other. I really am. Now I hope they fucking die. Especially her. Jesus, they somehow made someone worse than him. How did they do that? I don't know, but they did it. Whatever. The Deep storyline this season, Deep wasn't really one of my favorite characters in the first season. Still isn't. I mean, there's a reason why he's not anybody's favorite character. It's because, he has like this very realistic, Me Too kind of stuff going on. Whatever they're doing here, I'll admit, I'm just not a fan. Maybe it'll pick up because they had some stuff with A-Train in the episode 6. Maybe, but who knows. A-Train's getting booted from the 7. That seems pretty interesting. I like that he's not taking it well. He's even going as far as to doing script rewrites. and the dude why does that dude look like he's from the original Verizon commercials where he's like, hey, can you hear me now? He reminds me of that. I just feel like at any second he's going to pull out a phone and go, can you hear me now? That's just what I hear when I see the guy. And I love that they just totally made fun of Joss Whedon's Justice League. That just made me laugh super hard as soon as he said, that Joss rewrite really sings, doesn't it? I was like, oh, it really does. Also, like that we get a little bit more of Butcher this time around. Like his story. We get some more with his aunt. That was in there for a little bit, but I liked seeing more. I like this season a little bit more than the first season because we're getting these characters fleshed out way more, like Frenchie. We're finally getting to see more of Frenchie. That's what I really like. I really loved episode 6 because we delved in more to who Frenchie was before he got mixed up with Mother's Milk. So basically, the guy who played the Ice Dude in the original X-Men trilogy is now like the opposite, as his villain from those movies. He's basically a fire guy. I think they hyped him up a bit in the first season, and we finally get to see him in the second season. He's sort of not really working with Stormfront, but he basically has an obligation because it's Stormfront, and I'm pretty sure that Stormfront is just as powerful as Homelander. The rules aren't exactly set all the way, but if this show has taught me one thing, is that it does not... It keeps... When I think, I'm like, oh, that's the grossest thing I've ever seen. You can't. Every time I leave an episode, I think, yeah, I've seen it about as gross as you can go in this show, and it feels like every other episode they're like, but you didn't see this last time. Oh, okay. Woman rides a man's face and crushes it. Oh, okay. I'm good. Oh, there's bones sticking out of that guy's leg. Oh, she just ripped his face off by his ear. Oh, that guy's dick was the tentacle the entire time. Speaking of that, I was watching that scene in the latest episode, and when it went around Mother's Milk's neck, my thought was, is that a dick? Nah, it's not a dick. And then when the guy's passed out on the ground, you see something just wibble up his leg, and I'm like, that was a dick. And then the characters go, it's a dick. It's so weird how it can make you laugh even when it's like some dark shit is going down. But when it gets dark, it gets really dark. Like I said, a lot of the Homelander and Stormfront stuff has been like the themes of the dark, you know? Kimiko is really growing on me. I really want to know what happens with Kimiko, because she's a ticking time bomb in a way that she's on the edge. She feels like she's always on the edge. And you just don't know what she's gonna do. I like that character, and I don't want to see anything happen to her. I don't know who the bald woman is or what she's gonna do. I was surprised that Stormfront didn't kill her, because I was like, oh, she's definitely coming back because Stormfront didn't kill her, you know? And the last bit, so overall, in The Boys Season 2, my conclusion is that I'm loving the season. It might be better than the first. It's doing a lot of things that I really, really love, and a lot of things that I hate, but the only reason I say that I hate is because I just hate those characters with a passion, which means that the show is doing good. So if you're not watching The Boys and you just watched all this and that made no fucking sense at all, go watch The Boys. And for the last of this video, apparently there's a spin-off that just got announced for The Boys, and it hasn't been like an official title. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of just like this being its own thing, but I get it. You know, you're just trying to make money off of something. Whatever. You know, do it, try it. If it doesn't work, whatever. You know. I don't know. Spin-offs have a lot of spin-offs have actually been my favorite shows recently. I prefer Doom Patrol over Titans. I can't stand Titans, but I love Doom Patrol. I can't stand I really love Frasier, but I don't like Cheers. And Better Call Saul. I almost want to make a video on Better Call Saul, but nobody's going to watch it. But please go watch Better Call Saul. It is, you know how I'm saying that Boys is the best superhero show right now? Better Call Saul is the best show right now. I know I haven't seen Euphoria or Watchmen, but Better Call Saul is the best show on TV right now. And it might even be better than Breaking Bad, which is really, really saying something. And you're missing out. I know, it's a little slow in the beginning. It does bother me in those first few seasons. But if you can make it past it to like season 3, I promise you, well worth it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to cut it short right here. I hope you enjoyed this video of me just rambling on about how I love this show. I would love to do more videos like this where I just talk to you guys just about the things that I love. If you guys want to hit the subscribe button, I'd really appreciate that. If you hit that little bell icon, it does amazing things for me. I can't say what because it's a part of the honor program. There's no honor program. That was a lie. But starting now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what the bell icon does, but it makes me feel a little bit special knowing that you hit that button. So if you did, thank you. Thank you. I may not have known it, but in due time I will. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Watch The Boys. Watch Better Call Saul. Don't buy the Avengers game. Amen out.